Okay, I'm making this video to talk about the blog that I'm writing called Equal Money for Dummies. In the back of my mind, I want to say it takes one to know one. Uh, and it does take one to know one, to understand another is to be it. And so I'm writing the an Equal Money for Dummies blog. And I don't really see it as a blog for dummies per se, in the sense that it's written for people that are dumb, but rather people like me who tend to examine things from a logical perspective. That is when all else fails. Logic comes in. So, writing the Equal Money for Dummies blog, and it's a learning experience, basically forcing myself to put out a lot of what I've been absorbing over the past a long time. Uh, but really, I just started getting back into things in terms of what's going on in the world about 5 or 6 years ago. I was very involved in the 80s, and that ended right around 1990 or so when I came to Taiwan, and basically just switched off for 17 years about, uh, and then for some reason just switched on about 5 or 6 years ago. So in writing the Equal Money for Dummies blogs, several considerations have come up. The first one is that this is a completely new project in terms of where we are right now in humanity, let's say probably in the last, it's just guessing, but several thousand years, maybe as many as 8 or 9 thousand years, or maybe this has happened before, rise and falls of civilization. And look at Rome and different civilizations. Maybe there have been opportunities before for humanity to step out. The cliche, we say step out of the darkness, but it's really step out of the light and into the darkness to actually see what is here without it being obscured by the light. So the points that have come up is, well, how is it going to work? Number one, how are we really going to transition to a system wherein all give unto each other the way that they would have given to themselves, where life is respected in and as equality, all life respected, all life considered. I personally, I take that to everything. I take that to the extreme, and I'll be writing about that too, in consideration for not just the hierarchy that we tend to follow of people, animals, plants, insects, and then comes earth and inorganic objects, as we would call them. Modern day scientists call them non-living. I disagree. I say all should be considered as life. If it's sustaining us here, and it's here, it's life. Just not in the form we currently understand it as mind consciousness systems. Which brings me to another subject, even robotics, artificial intelligence. I mean, that's what they call the intelligence they're designing for robots. But, I mean, what are we, human beings, as mind consciousness systems, are exactly that, artificial intelligence. The real intelligence is the life which doesn't require thoughts, thinking to direct itself, move itself in equilibrium with what is here. So I'll be writing about that also, including that for consideration in Equal Money for Dummies is a place for robots. That kind of artificial intelligence is just around the corner. 20 years or so, maybe less, maybe slightly more. Well, it's a question that will be upon us very soon. The rise of the robots. So we go from the rise of the human beings to the rise of the robots. And I say bypass the war of the machines and just learn to live in equality with all that is here. So we take it to the absolute, where there is no limit. So we don't get fooled again, basically. Make the mistakes of thinking, limiting ourselves. Take it to the limit and just start from a platform of absoluteness so that we don't find later on that our starting point was messed up, and from that messed up starting point, all else in between has been tainted. And although this concept is somewhat foreign to me, we are required to start again. I don't really go for that starting again thing. So now fix it. But either way, so in writing about the Equal Money, the considerations that I've encountered are the starting point. Recently, someone wrote a blog and mentioned some interesting thing. What was the title of a blog I wrote? Equal Money, What's in It for Me? As a starting point. I keep it simple. I do ask what's in it for me. Because I'm the only one I know. I have an idea of what life is, but do I really know what life is? No. When asking what's in it for me, I have set for myself simple goals, standards, and that is to be the best that I can possibly be without limitation. And what is the best that I could possibly be is but what is best for all. So when asking what's in it for me, I'm asking what's in it for all as me. It may not be the perfect starting point, but it's there. I guess I could be dishonest and ask what's in it for all, which is me still. But why am I doing this? For life, for everyone else? Perhaps I am. Don't know. So today I'm going to write about direct democracy and the role of the human. And what I've encountered regarding direct democracy is it doesn't go far enough, meaning we've often spoken about direct democracy from a starting point of limitation, not actually we human beings taking complete responsibility for all, everything, all as us, individually and as a whole, taking responsibility. So I'll be looking at direct democracy from a perspective of the whole and how we can see to it that everyone has an opportunity to participate. But with that opportunity is also the responsibility to participate, because one's abilities to participate are in essence one's responsibility to participate. There's another point here regarding direct democracy, human rights. The way I see a right is it comes with a responsibility based on ability, equal to ability. So the rights to the rights to coexist with everything that are here is equal to the responsibility to responsibly coexist with everything that is here, based on one's ability, of course. For example, a baby that is born doesn't really have the ability to take care of itself, yet it still would have that right. So the rights are proportional to the responsibilities, which are proportional to one's abilities. And that would be a form of equality in itself. So we're looking at direct democracy today and the role of the human, which I might separate into two different posts. The role of the human, as I see it, is more of an honorable role, guest, as guardian of this planet. Again, with rights come responsibilities equal to our abilities. And human beings are unique in our abilities on this planet to design, create, perhaps even more than we are. And we'll find out. That will come in the next 20, 30, 40 years regarding our creations of robotics, for lack of a better word, and mind, organic minds, inorganic minds. So that will be my topic today, and this is what I'm doing basically regarding equal money for dummies, taking it out from the perspective kind of a dummy here who thinks he knows everything, and I really do. I think I have most of it figured out, and yet I understand or know that there's a high probability that I don't have it figured out at all, and I'm completely wrong in this. But as I said, it takes one to know one, and in writing these things out, I am realizing how many questions there still are. And it should be fun getting to a lot more regarding getting an equal money system up and running, the transition to it, the political process. So it's forcing me to step out of a role I would have preferred personally. I've always seen myself more designed, suited for revolution. So change, it doesn't come easily. We have to become it, place ourselves in these positions and change ourselves. And that's what I'm doing. And this is kind of like a diary of that. And perhaps it will assist others who are in the same category as I. Thank you very much.